Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA, and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here before, and then welcome. I'm glad you stopped by, and I hope you have a good time. If we have never met before, then you wouldn't know that I stan Colourpop. I am a fan. I do really very much like them. I don't know if it's like because of the packaging and the aesthetic, or the fact that they use all... I forgot the name of it, but like Easter colors, essentially. Like, where there's white in like every shade. It's like a light version. Instead of like purple, you'll have light purple, like white purple. Oh my gosh. Pastels! I don't know if it's because they use pastels for all their packaging, or because of their bomb products, or because of their wide variety of products, or because of their cute font and writing. I don't know what it is exactly, maybe all of that together, but either way, I love me some Colourpop. And they had a promotion, and they have had a promotion multiple times for a build your own palette for half off. Sometimes it'll be half off, sometimes it won't be. But every time it pops up, I never have the money whenever it does pop up, and then I get the money like right as where like they're running out of stock of it, or right after it ends. That's when I'm finally able to get it. So I always miss out on it. But this time, I got it. Yes, I was finally able to order my own. And see, I'm the kind of person, I'm nuts, but I'll go on a website and I'll build a cart over and over again. I'll like put in discount codes that I find and add products and take out products and figure out what's on sale and get discounted pricing and promos, and I'll go like all out to build a cart, but I'll never check out because it'll decline. But that's not the point. The point is that I really like to get in there and like experiment with it and see what I can create in the cart and with the products on just about anybody's website. So needless to say, I've made tons of variations of this palette over and over again that I never actually bought. But this time I did. So with this video, I am going to try and maintain using as many Colourpop products as I can. There's a few things that I don't have. I don't have a primer, a brow pencil, a contour, the setting powder, and I think that's it. I do believe I have everything else. If I don't, you can clock me when we get there because I'll figure it out when I get there. And the reason why I want to stick to mainly Colourpop products is because I want to see how their custom palette and the shades within this palette work with their own products. Because you would assume they should all layer on top of each other fairly nicely. So we're gonna find out. I did go ahead and prime my face with the Tarte Poreless Primer and the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. And before we jump into actually opening the palette and doing the review on the palette officially, I'm gonna go ahead and get the base done as much as I can so that we can break into those pans. Starting out, I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop No Filter Foundation in the shade Light 70 on my Morphe M439. Now I'm going to go on my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Medium 26. Ooh, this might be too dark. I mean, I don't think it's darker necessarily. I think it's about the same shade. Well, it's going to have to work because it's the only Colourpop concealer I've got. See, this is the concealer that came with the stick foundation, which is darker. So this concealer is made to go with the darker shade of foundation. But that's okay. It's concealer. It's going to serve its purpose. Okay, I'm cheating just a little bit. I know this isn't Colourpop, but I just want to brighten that up a tiny bit. So I'm going to take this NYX HD Studio Concealer in the shade CW00. I think it's like their lightest shade. And I literally just want to put a dot, and a dot, and a dot, and a dot. This has very light coverage, maybe medium. So I feel like this will lighten it up just a little bit, but not so much enough to change the formula and the whole point of why I'm using it. Now I'm going to blend that out with my Crown BOXYCHARM, this kind of brush. Okay, so now while all my creases are gone, I'm going to go in with my Pure Loose Setting Powder and my Morphe M105 and set under my eyes and the rest of my face lightly. I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. Now now that my brows are done, since we have a bronzer in the palette, but not a contour, I'm going to contour anyway, like now, and I figure I can just build the bronzer on top of the contour, and it shouldn't be a problem because they're both powders, so they both work the same way. So I'm gonna go in with my trusty Tarte Park Ave Princess Chisel palette and my Morphe M460 into the shades Princess Cut and Angle. Okay, now that the contour is done, that means our face is truly ready to dive into the palette. And I don't know about you, but I use my bronzer to fade my contour into my foundation tone. Like it's almost like my transition between the two. And without bronzer, this looks really weird to me. I look very unblended. Okay, so first I have to show this box. This is what the palette came in. And this box is so cute. It's got like little stars all over the side, and inside it says your dreams came true, because my dreams did come true when I got this, because I tried so many times to get it and it never worked out, and I had dreamt of getting it and now I got it. And it actually comes with all of the shadow pans and the face pans individual, and the palette by itself as well, which you'll see in just a second. But you put it together yourself, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't know it was going to come like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. It literally is a build your own palette. They also sent a little card that says Happy Holidays. And that's cute. It's a little bunny in a Santa hat. With Colourpop on the other side. And now this palette itself. First, let me show you that it is holographic. And when I say holographic, I mean holographic. Like it reflects the rainbow. For sure. And the You're Dreamy words, they're silver and raised, and they reflect, it seems like more than anything else, probably because they're silver, but all of the actual palette is like pink and white clouds almost, and it also reflects the rainbow. Same for the back. It's like pink and blue and white, and it reflects the rainbow as well. And this is the first time I've seen a holographic one. They've probably had it before, but I know this was special for this sale, because I think the last sale that I saw and the sale before that, they were like the regular yellow, I think, Colourpop palettes, and they're just big empty magnetic palettes, and you put the pans into it. This one is the large size, and I got the combination of 4 face pans and 8 eyeshadow pans. Isn't it so beautiful? Ah, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the names and the finishes of the eyeshadow pans and the face pans before we actually delve into it, so you'll know what I'm referring to as I'm using it. First, we've got the shade Hear Me Out. It's that one right there. And I wanted to build this so that I could have some kind of variation in eye looks and still be simple if I wanted to, and step outside of the box and be colorful if I felt like it. I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, make it usable but still add some color, if that makes sense. Next we have Issues, and that's this brown, and it's another nude. It's a little bit darker than Hear Me Out is. Next is Martian. This I actually thought was matte, but it looks like it has little glitter particles in it, so I'm gonna call it a satin shade. I'm not 100% sure if it's a satin or a glitter. I'll find out once I use it for sure. And it's like that really red brown, like a clay kind of color, I guess. Then we have Paradiso, or Paradiso. I'm not sure which one exactly, but it's a very vibrant purple, which is metallic. Then we have Quantum Sleep. I think this is just about my favorite color in here, because this is like that really like electric looking blue. It's maybe a little darker than my favorite color blue, but this one's almost like a sapphire, and it has that reflection to it where it reflects blue because it's like a metallic shade, and it's so pretty. Next is Earthshine. This one is a duochrome, I believe, and it's that purpley pink shade, but it's got a glimmer of a deeper purple in it whenever it's turned the right way. Maybe you can see it. But I think that one will make a really pretty topper, and it pairs well with Paradiso, so I think they'll work well together. Then we have Glass Bull. This one, literally every time I have made one of these palettes, I've always included this color. Just this time I could check out. No matter how many variations I had, I always put in this color. I think because the picture of it looks so good online, but also it just looks really cool in general. It's also a duochrome, but it's like a silver blue One Direction. and then like a purple the other direction. It changes drastically when it turns. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Silver to purple, silver to purple. It's really cool though. Next is Nightdream. This is literally like a starry night. Not like Vincent van Gogh Starry Night, but like if you were to look into a black abyss that had stars in it. This is what you would see, I think. Then on the outsides, I've got Noodle as a blush. I thought this would be a really good blush to work with because it's like, I don't know, it's like a kind of a nude pink. It's not so like out there in red. It's a little more cool toned and I prefer that kind. And this one is called Here Kitty Kitty. It's just so funny to say. This highlighter I thought would be a really nice pick because I think it would be more skin toned. So it would kind of just give me the shimmer but not add any kind of tone to my skin. I thought it would be more of on the natural side maybe. So I wanted to go for that one for natural. And then up here we've got S'il vous plaît. This one looks like a really icy white highlighter. And I'm excited about that one for just that like blinding glow. And then here we have California Dreaming. This is the bronzer shade. This is the one that I felt like would be just enough of that bronzy color to kind of tie together my contour and my foundation color. So this is the shade that we're going to be starting with, and I'm going to try and fix these harsh edges and we'll see how they play together. I'm going to go with my Morphe M106. It's a big fluffy bronzer brush. And just tap into that shade. I'm literally so excited because I've never used any Colourpop powders before. It's always been like lip products or the foundation and concealer. It's not scented, or not that I could tell. I had to smell it though. Okay, I do really like the shade of this bronzer. I think I went too dark on my contour. I went more into the shade Angle than I did Princess Cut, which is not typical, but this bronzer is a very nice shade. I literally wish I could try every Colourpop product. I just feel like so many things would be worth it. Not even like on a biased level. I mean, I can't be biased because it's not like they've ever done anything for me specifically. I just really love everything I use and I love their packaging. Okay, there we go. Now that my contour has been blended out some, that looks so much better and it really warmed up my face and it meshed really well with both the foundation and the contour. So it played nicely with Tarte and it played well with Colourpop itself. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into eyes. I'm gonna take my makeup wipe and clean off the foundation that I got on my eyelids, and using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer again, the Morphe M332, and the Morphe S6. I'm gonna prime my eyelids and carve out my brow at the bottom. Okay, eyelids are primed, and I lied. I didn't end up carving my brows because once I put the concealer down and really looked, there weren't any like mishaps or unclean lines that needed to disappear. So I was okay with what was there. Now, using my Morphe M330, I'm gonna start out by going into the shade Hear Me Out. And I'm really just gonna use this to set the lid so that I don't have any hardcore creasing. And so far with all of the face palettes and the shade Hear Me Out, since that's the only one I've used thus far, they all seem to be working perfectly fine. I mean, I'm not seeing any problems. There's not a whole lot of fallout dust. Plus, that shade is like my perfect skin tone highlight shade. And now we're gonna see if the shade Issues is my skin tone shade. So going in with the M514, I am gonna go into that shade and I'm gonna put that in my crease and try to make it act as a transition color. Okay, I feel like I've gotten to a happy place with the shade Issues. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe M222 and hope for the best and go into the shade Martian here. And we're gonna hope that it's not way too glittery and that I'll be able to use it as a crease deepening shade. I'm hoping so. Wow. That's blending out on top of those other colors very, very nicely. And good news, I don't see any glitter. Or bad news for some of you. I'm sorry to those who wanted it to be glittery. I don't know which ones of you wanted to sabotage me, but if you did, I'm sorry. Not this time. Okay, now I'm just gonna go back in with M514 into the shade Issues again and just soften the edge between the transitions. Okay, now that I'm all warm and nude in my crease. Never say that out loud to anyone. Just word of advice. I'm gonna do 2 halo eyes, 1 on each eye, because the essential purpose to this video isn't to make the best look possible. It's to see what these shadows perform like and what the face pans perform like. So I'm gonna put Quantum Sleep on my left lid and Paradiso on my right lid. I'm gonna use my Morphe M124 for Quantum Sleep and my Alamar Cosmetics curved flat brush for Paradiso. Oh, this blue, this blue, this blue. It is so creamy. Don't forget to tap off the excess though, because I did get a little bit of fallout. The true test of this in a minute is gonna be seeing if Quantum Sleep, the blue shade, is gonna be able to blend in to Martian, the red shade. I'm gonna go back in with the M222 and just go around the edge of my crease and see if I might blend the blue into the red and see what happens. I'm just hoping it doesn't like muddy it up too much, but that it still deepens up. And now I'm gonna go in with Paradiso on the right side. Upon first application, Paradiso's not quite as powerful as Quantum Sleep, but we'll see if it can be built up. I'm gonna go in with some Fix Plus and just spray my brush and try to go into it again. Oh yeah, okay. There's its shimmer. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try and blend Paradiso into Martian just a little bit, just so it's not quite so cut creasy, if you know what I mean. So now that I've got all the color applied to my lid, I'm gonna take my concealer and apply it to the back of my hand, because I don't have like a glass palette or anything like that. And using this Morphe brush, because it has no number, it's just like a rounded, flat-ended brush. I'm gonna use it to make a little halo, if I can. Usually my halo eyes are just a dot on my lid. I never really make them like the halo. Okay, well that looks like a tornado rather than a halo, but whatever. We're gonna go for it like that. Wow, that is not even at all. Oh man. What have I done? And now that we have that empty space, I'm gonna use my M416 and go into the shade Ice Bull and put that on the blue side. So my halo turned into very not a halo, but that's okay because I'm gonna take some of the blue and blend them together anyway. That got so much prettier again once I blended that blue into Ice Bull. Glass Bull, it's not Ice Bull. Ha ha. No wonder I said it looked like glass. But yeah, that is really, really pretty. It goes really well with that blue also. I kind of want to use my finger and just tap some of it right on the middle. And now with my M326, I'm gonna go into Earthshine over here, the pinky purple shimmery iridescent duochrome shade, and put that on this side. And now I'm gonna blend Paradiso into Earthshine. Okay, so now that I have the halo color applied, I'm gonna go back in with the M514 and I'm just gonna mix Martian and Issues and smoke that out of my lower lash line. The only shade of eyeshadow that I haven't gone into yet is Nightdream, and there is literally nothing I can use that with on this eye look. I will show you guys when I use it, but there's just no spot for it to go right here. But that's not too bad. I mean, I've used 7 shades, so that's good at least, I hope. Okay, so now that the actual eyeshadow is done, I don't have any Colourpop eyeliner, nor do I have any Colourpop eyelashes. I actually don't even know if they make lashes. I don't think they do, but I could be wrong. But since they don't make any, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some eyeliner in my waterline. And I actually don't really want to cover this look up with eyelashes. I really like how it looks, and I think it would look really nice with just my eyelashes being coated in mascara. So I am going to put on some mascara and see where that takes me, see what it looks like. I think it's gonna be pretty nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done and I'll be right back. Alright, so eyeliner and mascara is now on, and I think it went well with the look. I don't think it's like way too much. I don't know. I think it's just enough. It goes well with it, in my opinion. And now, I'm gonna take my Morphe M104 blush brush and just tap into this blush right here. And this is the shade Noodle. Okay, well, it didn't go overboard the very first time, which is nice. I didn't know how pigmented it was gonna be, so I was kind of soft-handed when I went into it. That's like one of those like baby pinks. For some reason, whenever I put it in my cart, I thought that it was gonna be more like a, not really a berry, but like a, I don't know, like a tanned pink, but it's more like a baby pink, like a Barbie pink, which I would bet you if I was to go boop, 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 that would probably give me, yes, yeah, it's like that nice pinky shade, but also toned down just a little bit. And last, I'm gonna take the M310, and you know what? I'm gonna use both highlighters because I wanna see what they both look like. So let's do with Here Kitty Kitty on the right side. Ooh, that is a really nice nude shade. For me, that's like glowy. Ooh, I really like that one. I really like that one. Yes, that's like, oh, that's so perfect. Wow. Okay, happy with that one. Now I'm gonna spray a little brush cleaner on the highlight brush because I really want to be able to tell the difference between shades of highlight. I don't want to accidentally be seeing the same one and think it's really amazing when it's a completely different one. Make sure brush is dry. Oh yeah, we're dry. Now I'm gonna go into S'il vous plaît. I'm gonna use the other side of the brush too, just in case there is any pigment left over. We want to be a clean queen. Okay, I think we're coated nice and good. Oh, hello. Hello, s'il vous plaît. Ooh. Ooh. Oh man, that is so very icy. Wow. Yes, that's like that Arctic glow. See, on this side, it's like, hey guys, I'm feeling myself today. How are you? And then we have this side, and she's like, come over here and mess with me. You know? She was born feeling herself. She just got an acquired taste for it. Done with the highlighter. I am going to pop on a Colourpop lip, and I will be right back with my final thoughts after that. Okay, lipstick is applied, and I used the Kathleen Lights Colourpop lipstick in the shade What's Your Sign. It's a really pretty nude. It's almost my lip color. Almost. Anyway guys, so about this palette. This one right here that I custom made, that I spent hours and my hard-earned money on. Actually, my mom got it for me for Christmas. But that she spent her hard-earned money on, I've got to say, and you know, I've just got to be honest with you guys and tell you the truth, that I really like it. And I want another one, but like a bigger one. And I want to add more of the face palettes to it because I want to pick different blushes. In all non-biased seriousness though, I will say that this shade not matching the picture online, or at least my interpretation of the picture online, was really disappointing because I kind of needed a deeper brown shade to me in this palette with the eyeshadows so that I could get a really good color to deepen the crease with, because now the only one I have to use to deepen the crease that's a brown anyway is the bronzer shade. So that's a little disappointing. I can deal with it though. It's absolutely not a deal breaker. And also the blush, I thought it was going to be a little more nude and a little less pink whenever it went on the skin, but it shows up the color that it is on the pan. That's my own fault completely. I just thought it would blend into the skin more, but it's Barbie pink. It is definitely that baby pink color that it is. The highlighters, definitely what I was expecting. I was hoping this was going to be the perfect skin tone highlight for me, and it is. And I was hoping that this is going to be that icy white Arctic blast blow you away highlight, and it is. So all in all, I'm very happy with it. The eyeshadows blended well. The only time they didn't blend well was whenever I tried to blend a cool tone with a warm tone, which that just doesn't work in general. But I'd say even with making that boo-boo on the edge of this one, it still turned out just fine. It's not terrible or anything. I like the way it turned out. I don't really know which one I would pick between sides. No, I do. I would go with the blue one. I would pick the blue one all day, every day, because I love blue. Needless to say, guys, I really enjoyed the Build Your Own palette. And if the promo comes back again and you have the money and you have the chance, by all means, jump on there and build your own palette. I'll put a link for Colourpop's website in the description box down below. I can't guarantee that they'll have a build your own palette promo running at this time, but you can always go to the website and check it out. That is the end of this one, my beauties. I hope you guys had so much fun. I know I did. I always have a lot of fun whenever we get to test stuff out and see really how it works and if it works and if it's gonna be good or not. And even though we don't have a solid cohesive look, we do have some looks and we have a general idea as to how the palette works. So I hope it was at least a little bit educational for you. Speaking of educational, if you want to learn more about me and follow me, you can do so on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat. My username is @ChristopherJMUA. It's the same for all accounts, so it's super easy to remember. I hope to see you again on my next video. And when you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the little bell notification right beside subscribe so that you're alerted every time I upload a new video. If you don't know it yet, I hope you know it now. Always remember and never forget that you're beautiful. Bye. Since you're still here, you should tap the circle in the middle and that will let you subscribe. Since you're here, you can also click on these two boxes. One will let you watch the previous video. The other will let you watch the video that's suggested for you.